What is your favorite Vocaloid song? I really like Anderutse. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but it's so underrated. I don't know if I can choose a favorite though. Rolling Girl and Meteor are also good. Bad Apple, Caramel Sugar, Love is War. Are there any fandoms you might be in? I'm a League of Legends esports fan, but I watch Cajal casting the matches because there are too many champions in League and I don't know all of their abilities. Cajal is an ex-pro League player turned caster turned streamer turned coach. My favorite team is HLE, which is really sad because I can't buy their merch. They don't ship to certain countries and their site is broken or something. I'm clicking on shop, but this doesn't look like a shop to me. Miku Hatsune got involved somehow. They collabed for merch is what I'm assuming happened, which doesn't matter because I can't buy their merch anyway. What's your favorite piece of media? It might be Guild Wars 2. It's an MMORPG game that I had to uninstall because my internet is so bad, but one day I will ride my dinosaur again. Do you have a favorite movie or show? My favorite show used to be The Originals back when it aired, partly because I recognized the actresses from H2O, but then my friend spoiled the ending that basically everyone dies, so I couldn't finish it. I looked through the top 260 dramas and narrowed them down to these 5. I haven't finished watching the first Jasmine yet, but it's basically perfect so far. I've never seen a story unfold in this specific directing and storytelling style before. It also has an eerie undertone to it. Everyone is kinda sus. The lead is delusional and the music is really nice, so I'll just go with this one. Your favorite type of bread or baked goods? I guess tarts are my favorite. I don't really like any of the other baked goods. What the heck are twice baked foods? Yeah, I'll stick to my tarts. What's your favorite color? Black and white, but those aren't really colors, right? I guess my favorite color is royal blue. Does the character on your channel profile picture have story or lore? No, I just tried to create a design that I like. What's your favorite aesthetic? I really like masks and those fantasy military outfits. I think they look really cool. The mask on my profile character is inspired by the smiling mask in a game called MapleStory. Coffee or tea? Tea, but I don't drink either because I can't even remember to eat half the time, so the mere thought of making tea is not something that would ever cross my mind. Can you do a backflip? I can do one in water, but not on land. What's your favorite thing to read? In terms of regular books, I only read science fiction. My favorite was The Girl with All the Gifts. Are there any good webtoons you would recommend? Let's see. Love Advice from the Great Duke of Hell is a comedy. I never finished it, but I remember enjoying it when I was reading it. Surviving Romance is a horror about surviving a zombie apocalypse. I don't really know if there is romance in it because I didn't finish it. Night of Shadows is another apocalypse story and the art is really pretty in this one. The art in Unholy Blood is... If you like dark, slow burn romance with vampires in it, you'll probably like Trapped. I did actually finish this one for once. If you like political schemes and plot twists after plot twists, Your Throne is probably my favorite webtoon on Webtoon, but I haven't been able to read it past a certain point because I had a feeling my favorite character was gonna die. On Tapas, there is The Perks of Being an S-Class Heroine. The art is literally perfect. Is there anywhere you would like to one day visit in the world? I think I've already been everywhere. Do you enjoy reading any manhwa or manhwa? If so, what kinds of genres are you interested in? I personally enjoy action and adventure stories with settings like wuxia and high fantasy. I know exactly what you mean. I really enjoy action and wuxia too, although I actually hate high fantasy because usually the CGI is unrealistic, so it just breaks immersion, and I prefer martial arts over magic. You know when they have like 3 different lives in different realms, I just skip those stories because I know they're gonna be extremely magic heavy and I don't know how people sit through all the amnesia arcs. Lookism is the action manhwa I remember enjoying off the top of my head, but I haven't caught up in years because it's been going on for too long and I need my webtoons to end at a reasonable time or I will just forget about them or lose interest. There were a couple of manhwas I enjoyed, but I can't remember their names. One was really unhinged and the other took place in some kind of underworld, and all I remember is the MC talking to her father. Do you have any tips on critiquing webtoons? I think you're good as long as you don't say pointless surface level shit. You can't be worse than some people I know. The genre, age rating, and target audience of the webtoons should narrow down a lot of the points. For example, what is the point of complaining about body proportions and shapes in a comic rated 18+? If adults want to see realistic body shapes, they can watch a show instead of reading a comic. They're not stupid enough to develop body image issues after seeing a comic character maintain all her curves without exercising. I've been wanting to write a video about True Beauty, the main girl being into American bands while maybe far more common in the States compared to South Korea. I would assume pointing out that her interests are normal wouldn't make sense, especially with the setting. Would you recommend doing background research into said country the setting is in, or am I making this far more difficult than it needs to be? I wonder how you can even do research for something like that though. Is there a survey somewhere? I guess you can search up an American band in Korean on YouTube and see how many views those videos have to get an idea of how popular the band is in Korea. But generally, if you're trying to make objective critiques, I would recommend not saying anything that you can't prove unless you feel like it's important and you're almost certain that what you believe is correct. In this case, this specific example doesn't sound like an important critique because why does it matter if it's normal to like American bands in Korea? Did True Beauty make it seem like it was normal? And if it did, why does it even matter? If you think it matters, then why do you think it matters? As long as you communicate why you think your points are important to make, no one sane is gonna bother you about them. I noticed your PVZ speed paint and it's super cool. Why, thank you. Do you have a favorite plant from the game? Puff shrooms are cute. Would you consider making a series looking at overhated webtoons from a more kind and positive perspective? Probably not. Wouldn't that just be me being biased? I guess the question was more kind and positive, not kind and positive. I do think talking about overhated webtoons in a more objective perspective is good, but the problem is I don't read webtoons anymore. It's been at least a year. Even if I went back to reading webtoons, for me to discuss the overhated webtoons, I would have to purposely read the overhated webtoons, and I don't know if I want to do that. Reading The Princess's Jewels was pretty rough because I don't read lighthearted stories in general. I find them to be very boring. I can talk about the ones I did read, but I don't think I would go out of my way to read and cover overhated webtoons. How did you learn to critique so maturely? I've been calling people bitches. I think it has less to do with maturity and more to do with personality. You can tell when you're interacting with people that some of us just think logically, everything has to make sense, and anything else is a separate matter, whereas others think and act based on emotions, and everyone has a mixture of both. I think it's like a spectrum. Some of you have probably experienced the same thing I have, where people tell you you're either cold-blooded, or that they're scared of you sometimes. When you're just talking normally, there are huge differences in what we value. I value accuracy when it comes to communication because I don't want anyone to misunderstand me, and you can't cause misunderstandings if you say exactly what you mean, unless people are deaf or don't know the definitions to words. I valued laws related to posting content on the internet because I didn't want to get sued, obviously, so I researched them. The people I criticized just didn't hold these same values. I guess part of my critiquing style did come from what I learned because I did study logical reasoning, interpersonal communication, and law in college, but it's not like I changed my way of thinking after studying these topics. I chose to study them because I already valued them. If I didn't already think the way I did, I wouldn't have been able to interpret court cases the way I was required to for school. So I think stuff like this mostly has to do with the personality we were born with and our experiences that shape our values. Why did you decide to become a content creator? Originally, I was gonna upload art and gaming content because I was already drawing, so why not upload speed paints? And I was playing games, but it felt like a waste of time to play games, so I was trying to feel like it wasn't a waste of time by making videos of gameplay. I never planned to make YouTube a career though. Why did you decide to pursue the type of content you do? As for the commentary videos, I kept coming across these YouTubers who make the most brain-dead takes possible, and it didn't seem like anyone had a problem with them. Like back when iDubbbz apologized for saying the N-word years ago, a bunch of white people made videos claiming that him apologizing was unnecessary, so I made a video explaining how that take makes no sense. I actually talked about Blacklight Jack on this channel years ago and then I forgot about him. Then came across Chalupa a few months ago, which brought back my memory of Jack, and I thought they were the same person, but they weren't. So my first YouTube YouTube video ended up being a commentary video. As for the video essays, the one on Jack was supposed to be a one-time thing, but someone watched that video and DM'd me requesting one on Chalupa, which I've already mentioned before that I didn't want to make another one, so I declined at first, but they had reasons for wanting one made and not wanting to make one themselves, so I said I'll only do it if there's no one else to make the video for them. Worst decision I made this year, honestly. Anyone can make a video. There was no reason for me to make one in someone else's place. I thought it was gonna be a 5-minute video that I could just get over with quickly, but unfortunately Chalupa was a lot more problematic than we expected. And then when I thought it was over, I had to make another video and another video. I couldn't stop because of all the shit that went down. I was supposed to clear Willer's name and his name just wasn't being cleared, so I had to keep trying. But there were a lot of people involved just rage baiting me behind the scenes during that whole situation. Chalupa slandering me and his fans spreading rumors that I defended SA. That wasn't even the problem. I almost developed anger issues regardless of all that. I was pissed off at everyone and so exhausted physically and mentally from not being able to take a break that I didn't even want to make videos anymore. But I've recovered now. Time heals, as they say. And then the response to DanFan was something I felt like I had to do because she was spreading misinformation about me, and there's no one to clear my name for me, right? I need to clear my own name. Plus a lot of people were asking for a response too. Is there any other type of content you want to do? I've thought of a few different types I could do in the future for this channel, since I don't want to make commentary videos or upload speed paints anymore. I was supposed to be making art experiments, but I kind of gave up because they were so wide scale that each one would take at least 5 months to make. I am working on a different one now though. That's what I was doing before the video essays, and if I succeed, you'll see the video maybe next year, and if I don't, I guess you'll never see it. What other videos do you plan to post? There is a lot planned over the next few years, but to name a few that I can spoil, I was gonna make a media recommendations video to spread some positivity because the channel content has been pretty depressing lately. There's a bunch of storytime videos I wrote because I used to have the craziest dreams. I was always running away from people trying to kill me. I also have these random experiences in real life that you might have never heard of. My friend asked for a video editing tutorial because he refuses to watch every other tutorial on YouTube for some reason, so that random video is gonna be made one of these days. I'm planning to make a webtoon video with a friend. I don't want to say what it is exactly. It's not really a review or a reaction, although reading webtoons is part of it, but she's busy right now, so whenever she's not busy is when that video will be made. Unfortunately, Chalupa fans want me to keep trashing on him, judging by the way they continue to spread rumors about me and Willer, so I will gladly fulfill their wish until everyone on the internet knows what Chalupa did. I said I wouldn't make videos specifically on Chalupa, but do they really think I can't talk about him if he's not the subject of my videos? Are they not tired of this shit already? How do you choose to be dumb for this long without feeling pathetic? I might also just go back to my other channel because I'm tired of this shit. I don't know when it will be over. I guess the situation will at least progress if Willer ever comes back, but from my perspective, I just tried to help a random viewer and now someone might have ended up dead. I never would have included Willer's portion in that video if I knew he wasn't strong enough to face Chalupa. I wasn't even going to contact anyone to make that video. Why would I when I was trying to speedrun it to go back to my own life? The person who requested the video kept suggesting I do, like they were actively searching for people for me to contact in my comments, when I never even said I was going to contact anyone. I reached out to the FNAF artists thinking they wouldn't want to be involved, but they did, and I didn't even reach out to Willer. That requester really wanted to give Willer my contact information, so I agreed thinking he can contact me if he wants to, and if he doesn't, even better, less work for me. There were a lot of assumptions being thrown around from every side, but I don't want my own subscribers to misunderstand my intentions, even if those assumptions are better than the reality. I only wanted to help one person. I helped the rest to help that one person. Despite that person being really annoying and acting like they control how I make my videos, it didn't really matter because I already said I was going to make the video. I continued to help Willer, not to help Willer, but to keep my word, because the purpose of Willer's section in that video was to clear his name like he wanted. I called him my friend because we're more than acquaintances, but we didn't know each other before he reached out to me for that video. When he went missing and thousands of people were criticizing me for something I didn't even didn't do. It just felt like I was unintentionally dragged into a mess I shouldn't have been part of. We all made our own decisions, obviously, but I'm definitely not going to make that same mistake again. I don't like sacrificing myself for others. I just ended up doing so because I was trying to do what I said I would do. Everyone lives by their own principles, and breaking mine would have been really pathetic. Thank you all for your questions, everyone. Feel free to leave your answers to some of them below so I can learn more about you too. YouTube is telling me you guys are into games and cats. Is that true, or are they just lying to me? It wouldn't be the first time. I hope you all have a nice day and wonderful life, and you become rich and successful, and you fulfill all your dreams. Goodbye!